And so you're taking this sort of like all-powerful person and putting him in a situation, and you realize everyone's affected with the food chain. So he ends up moving to Birmingham. I don't know if that's an improvement.
I don't know. I think after the famine cottages, anything would have been an improvement. So
that is true. So we've discussed these archaic terms, hag, crone, slut even. How do you feel about the responsibility of us as writers for cultural preservation?
I personally, I can't speak for everybody, but I'm aware that my output is small and humble, but I do. No, but I do think a lot about what I write, and I try and write carefully, I write respectfully. I write very much within my own lived experience and within the lore that I grew up with, because that for me gives me a sense of surety. I think that today, when we look around, we are living through a golden age of horror. Even cinematically, like the films that are banking money, superhero narratives and horror. And I think that they're both sides of the same coin, because in academic discourse, people talk about Trump Gothic and Brexit Gothic. And I think that horror is a place where we can put our fears. It becomes a container where we can put all that anxiety that we're feeling, whether it's about the environment, as you mentioned already, or whether it's about political uncertainty or the rise of the right. And if I look at horror, even last week, I went to see 28 Years Later, and it was just like, good Christ, this is coming down with Brexit horror. But it was just this perfect analogy of the cutting off of Britain explicitly from Europe, the dialogue between Europe and Britain through the Swedish soldier and the young boy. I'm not spoiling anything, by the way, in case you haven't seen it. But I think that I'm very moved at the moment about the way that the Black experience has been reflected through horror. I think that the wealth of work that's being done at the moment by the wonderful Eden Royce, who writes so knowledgeably about root magic and really demystifies a lot of the, I guess, white legends that have grown up around it. But even horror that's moved me most in recent years has been horror that has something huge to say. Jordan Peele's Get Out and Us, speaking very much to the history of racism. Nia DaCosta's Candyman, which is so urgent and beautiful and connected with Black Lives Matter. And even recently, Sinners, which had that great analogy about how we speak through music and how we tell these narratives.